Hello, everybody. Excuse me, I have a cold and I feel like I'm losing my voice, but I wanted to do my regular Monday live stream because I'm in a really cool place. I'm in the French Quarter in New Orleans. You have to say it that way because I said New Orleans and I was corrected. It's New Orleans. This is a place I've always dreamed of coming. I have a huge bucket list for wanting to travel, so I'm pretty pumped to be here. So if you're new to me, my name's Lisa Carpenter. I'm a life and nutrition coach, and I talk on a variety of subjects, but today I wanted to talk about, are you letting your past predict your future? And I wanted to share one of my own stories, which is really what I do. I share my perspectives in an effort to help you guys shift your own perspective. So I'm pretty honest about my struggles as I navigate business, life, parenting, food, the whole 9 yards. Hey, Gina. So for all of so first, let me just say that everything's fried in New Orleans. So that's really interesting for a healthy eater to navigate. But I actually, when you're tenacious and you know what you're looking for, there's always healthy options available. And the picture that I just posted was a egg white veggie omelet, so with spinach and mushrooms and tomatoes, a little bit of feta cheese, and then of course I had to have a crab cake on the side because I'm in New Orleans and you got to eat the seafood. So I'm not going to indulge at every single meal, and I want to make sure that I have some amazing meals here that I really enjoy. But if I eat New Orleans style at every meal, my goodness, my pants won't fit by the time I get home. So anyways, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a view of where I'm standing. We're over at the market because we wanted to just kind of be able to find, smoothies or whatever else, buy some fruit. So we came down to the market, but I'll show you where I am. So this is pretty cool, eh? And there's music in the background usually. We're kind of on the outskirts of the French Quarter right now. Hey, Camila. So it's pretty awesome to be hanging about here and still being able to do my work, although I am going to unplug this week after this live stream. So my topic for this chat was, are you letting your past predict your future? And this is something that not only you guys get caught in, but I get caught in as well. And we start fighting for the stories that we don't want. We start fighting for these beliefs that we don't want to have. So it's, whether you're trying to lose weight and before you even get in the ring, you've already decided that you've tried a gazillion times and it hasn't worked. So in the back of your mind, you're already setting yourself up for failure. So, the example I wanted to share with you guys this week is I had a webinar Thursday. And I realized I was having a fair amount of anxiety heading into, yes, the weather is beautiful, heading into this webinar. And I'm part of a mastermind group with a lot of people who've never, ever done a webinar before. And what was amazing was every time I went in that group, they were all so excited about putting together their slides, and they were so excited about, putting all the pieces of the puzzle together and going live, and they were embracing like the mistakes and the things that went well and the things that didn't went well. And what I realized is I've had so many issues with webinars that I was already preparing myself for disaster before the webinar even happened, okay? Like totally preparing myself for disaster before it even happened, even though I've got a team supporting me now. And I started to get down on myself. And what I realized in watching these people, these mastermind colleagues of mine, was that they were showing up like it was the very first time, right? So they had no preconceived notions of how it was going to go. They haven't had the sting of defeat. They hadn't really suffered any, crushing blows. And I can honestly say that in my business, I've had many a crushing blow where I've been face down thinking, that's it. I'm not getting back up. We're not doing this anymore. This totally sucks. But the truth is I do it every single time. I get back up because I love the women that I serve and I know the impact that I have on my community. So it's my responsibility to get my ass back up, and my business grows me. So there is no better personal growth than trying to grow a business. So anyways, I realized that I needed to embrace the mindset of this is my first time. and anything's possible and anything can happen, but stop. Like, I was in this pattern of like, you know, what's going to go wrong, da 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 da. And it really switched everything for me in terms of how I showed up on that webinar. Now, full disclosure, the webinar still went sideways. We had major tech problems. The platform I was using crashed. We had to like transfer everybody over onto another platform. But honestly, like, I'm super proud of myself. I pivoted like a boss. I was able to take those years of experience and it didn't fluster me. And the best part was, you know, when I got off the webinar, I was super proud of the information that I presented. I was really happy with the work that I put into it. And I was just proud of showing up and doing it like it was the first time. And, you know, even though I did have a little cry after, I regrouped really quickly, because the truth is, you know I want to reach more people, which means I have to keep showing up and keep showing up and keep showing up. What has to switch for me, though, is that every time I show up, I have to do it like it's the first time. And I have to stop feeding the story that I'm never actually going to get what I want, because it's just not the truth. And you guys who are trying to lose weight, every time you step up to the plate and decide you're going to eat healthy, stop thinking like, oh, this is just, you know, here I go again, I'm trying to lose weight again, it didn't work before, it's not going to work again. You have to really show up 100%, like this is the first time at bat trying to lose weight, and that you're just going to give it your all. And don't make the stories of your defeat into a story, basically. Don't keep holding on to that like it's going to define what's going to happen in the future, because it's just not the truth. What's behind us is behind it. We can't recreate it. So can we learn from our experiences? Can we bring some pieces forward? So in terms of nutrition, you know, if there's foods that you know just don't agree with you anymore, those are pieces of your learning that you can bring forward. If there's certain, you know, times a day, you know you have to eat certain times of food, bring that forward. If you know you're always going to want to go out for a drink with your friends, or, you know, be able to travel and enjoy food, bring that forward. Take all of your learning forward with you, but keep your eyes on where you're going. And let go of wanting to get there faster. Let go of using the past to predict your future, because it can't. You know, once upon a time, if you had told me that I would be traveling as much as I have traveled this year, I wouldn't have believed you. And now I'm live streaming to you from New Orleans. Like, what? So we really are the creators of our reality. And the more you start to really tap into and get honest with yourself about the power that you are giving your past experiences, your past failures, the more you're able to release them and say, you know what, I'm going to show up every day like it's my first day. I'm going to do this like it's the first time, and stop buying into that just because you haven't achieved it yet doesn't mean you're not going to, okay? But, you know, as one of my mentors says, what got you here isn't going to be what gets you there. And that's part of what this trip is for me, is looking at where I've been pushing so hard in my business, where I've been trying so hard, and if that's actually serving me, and where I can like lean back and relax and find a new way and gain a new perspective. Because as much as I can love connecting with you guys via webinars, I don't really love them. Like, I really don't like love them. So when I show up, I'm super enthusiastic and I love it once I'm there, but all the stuff that goes into it prior, I don't really love it. So I'm going to be looking at finding another way that I can continue to do what I'm doing and continue to reach more people in my audience and potential audience, right? Because there's a lot of layers of how I define success, but, you know, at the pinnacle of all of it is, you know, how many lives do I get to touch every single day? When I put my head on the pillow at the end of the night, am I proud of the work that I put out there? Am I proud of the fact that I'm impacting people's lives? Hell yeah, that's why I do what I do. And I'm grateful that it also allows me to live my big, crazy, abundant, fun, exciting life and do the things that I want to do. It's a win-win for everybody. So, having said all that, what got you here won't get you there. So if you're still focusing on the foods that you're eating as the only reason why you haven't lost weight yet, you need to stop, because it's not about that. And I want you to really think about the pieces that you're not wanting to look at that you really need to start looking at, meaning how deeply your emotions and your behaviors are attached to your eating patterns and the food that you're putting in your body. Because until you start doing that inner work, no amount of changing what you eat is going to get you what you want. Just like no amount of me pushing harder in my business is going to get me there faster. I have to do the inside out work. I had to realize how much my mindset was changing what I wanted to happen. I was literally creating the outcome that I didn't want to have. And that's got to stop, which means I have to find a new way. So what got me here isn't going to be what gets me there. So tomorrow is the last day that you can sign up for Feelings and Food. I will pop the link in after, because I think it's, see, like, this is awesome. I don't even know the link to my own course. I believe it's lisacarpenter.ca /FF buy, or buy FF. Maybe I'll tag Jules and she can drop it in here for you guys. I'll get you a link. Anyways, you can always just PM me or leave a comment below if you want the link and I can give it to you, right? Like, let's just keep this simple and easy. This is not a complicated process. Tomorrow is the last day that the bonuses are going away, though, for anybody who wants to hop in at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And then I was gonna leave it open till Thursday, but I'm just not, because I'm gonna be going on vacation. And the truth is, like, if you're not ready to jump in by tomorrow, then you're just not ready, and that's okay. We all have to deal with our mindset when we're ready to deal with our mindset, and not before. So you'll know when you're ready. But I've had a lot of clients say to me that they didn't want to look at the emotional part. They didn't want to look at it. I get that you don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at my own stuff either. It's sucky, because you really have to come face to face with your gremlins and your demons and all that stuff. And you have to realize, like, you have to stop fighting for the thing you don't want. But many of us are so, like, our teeth are in so deep on those stories that we don't even see them as stories. They're our truth. And stripping that down is tough. Let me just see if I can read your comments here. It's so bright. It's amazing. It is amazing. Yes, it's awesome here. So I slept 12 hours. I slept 12 hours, partly because I was up at 4 a.m. to catch my flight here. And partly just because I've been doing so much in my business, I don't even think I really realized how physically, emotionally, spiritually, and energetically I'm drained. I'm tired. I am tired. I give out a lot of energy. I support my clients in a big way, whether they're entrepreneurs or whether they're inside my nutrition program. And I need a rest. And we are our best to ourselves when we rest and when we stop pushing. So even if you feel like you've been pushing with your food and nutrition, maybe this is the week you just, like, chill the hell out, take your hands off the wheel, trust yourself. Like, trust yourself that you're not going to let your body fall apart. You're not going to suddenly, eat a dozen donuts, right? Like, just because I'm taking a week off doesn't mean that I'm scared that my business is going to unravel. I trust myself. And you guys need to learn to trust yourselves as well. So cut yourself some slack if you feel like you need to cut yourself some slack, because quite often you're going to find the inspiration. You're going to be able to dig into your why, and all those good things that will move you forward. And I can taste how much garlic was in that crab cake now, which is going to kill me a little bit, but it was so, like, oh, ladies, party in my mouth. It was so delicious. So on that note, I'm going to go tour around the French Quarter. We're going to be doing a ton of walking today. I'll probably live stream a couple more times just because it's fun, and I love being able to share my adventures. I really do. So I wouldn't share them if I didn't love sharing them. And I'm going to try and stop myself from buying all, like, the sparkly things. You guys should see, the art gallery. Whoops, that's what happens when your phone rings during a live stream. That's the universe saying, get off the live stream. Okay, so you guys have an amazing day. I want you to really think about the stories that you're fighting for, what you really believe, write a list, journal. What do I really believe about losing weight? What do I really believe about eating healthy? Write it out, and then underneath it, put, why do I believe that? And then keep going. Why do I believe that? Why do I believe that? And see if you're fighting for a story that isn't really the truth. Because anything can be changed if you're willing to start from the inside out. You got to deal with what's going on between your ears. It starts there first. No amount of muscling your way through it, forcing yourself to eat all the right foods is going to get you there. So if you're interested in my program, Feelings and Food, just drop me a comment below and I'll get the information to you. I'll check it in a little bit. So much love to all you guys, and I'm going to go just have some freaking fun and enjoy the heat, because you guys know that I'm a total heat bunny, and I'm, like, so in my glory right now that I have shorts on. My legs don't even know what to do. because they haven't seen sun for so long. So have an amazing, amazing week, everybody. So much love. Thanks for tuning in live, and I will see you guys all next Monday, if not before then. Ciao.